You are not struggling to be disciplined because you are lazy. You're struggling with discipline because of something so much deeper that you don't even realize is happening. This narrative that you're lazy or this narrative around laziness isn't helpful because it's missing this key ingredient. There's these deeper psychological things that are going on underneath laziness and lack of discipline and difficulties executing things. And when we don't understand the full picture, what we end up doing is developing these really negative self beliefs and identities about ourselves. And then those identities tend to shape our entire life. And it really is not helpful. We need to understand the deeper mechanisms going on so that we can address the problem more accurately and then have a deeper understanding of why we're doing what we're doing and then be able to make adequate, appropriate change. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bianca. I work as a therapist, and I had this exact thing happen with a client this week. He was telling me that he's struggling to be disciplined. He lost 2 job opportunities this week because he's struggling to get the work done. He's just seeking these pleasurable things because he's uncomfortable. And instead of trying to like hunker down and do his work, this is his words, not mine, what he's finding himself doing instead is trying to develop discipline through these other avenues like cold plunges and journaling or going to a Buddhist monk retreat, convincing himself that if I do this, that will help me to finally be disciplined and that will help me to remove all of these negative things from my life. And the real issue that he's experiencing wasn't just he can't do things. It's not just that he's lazy and needs to get rid of everything out of his life and become a monk. I know that sounds ridiculous, but so many people say things like that. We tend to go to the extremes when we're trying to change our life. How many people do you know that have struggled to lose weight, and what they'll do to try to lose weight is some sort of extreme diet? They'll go on a 7-day cleanse, a 30-day fast, 30-day boot camps, and whatever. They'll try these really extreme measures to try to develop these habits and skills where discipline actually comes from. So I was talking to this client and I was helping him to see, I don't think the issue is needing to do more cold plunges. I actually think there's 3 things going on here. And what I've seen with clients is, and what I've seen with people, and same, these things are running our life more than anything else. So, what are the reasons why we struggle with discipline? It comes down to these 3 things. Number one, we're seeking short term rewards and short term pleasure. You're not just lazy. You're not just bad. You're not just incompetent. Our brain is actually built to seek pleasure, to seek gratification, to seek, good feeling things and to avoid pain. With discipline, there comes pain. With discipline, you struggle connecting to the future. You struggle to see that, what I'm doing right now is going to build to something later, and that later on is going to feel good. It's like, why the hell would I not feel good now for something that might, maybe, possibly, but I'm not sure, happen then? you're not going to. And so, one of the big reasons why we have a hard time disciplining ourselves to do things that we know are going to be good for our future is because we struggle believing it might actually happen. And so we're seeking the short term pleasure for now rather than understanding that if I just do this hard thing and if I put off gratification, something better will come later. That's really hard. Again, especially for our brain, when our brain only looks at the short term. What's around me now? What can I do now? What positives can I have now? Long term thinking is really, really effing hard. And that's why most people don't do it. And it's why they can't do it. And that's one of the biggest things that was going on with this client. And it's probably going on with you too. But in that, there's actually something deeper happening. The reason that you need the short term gratification, the reason that you need pleasure now, is because there's a part of you that doesn't actually believe that you're capable of doing it. There's a part of you that struggles believing that you are capable of executing. You're lacking self belief. You're lacking belief that it's possible for you. You're lacking belief that it's going to be worth it. You're lacking belief and self worth in your own capabilities. And when we don't believe in ourselves, it's hard to try to aim for something in the future out there when we can try to feel good right now. You're not disciplined because you're lazy. You're just not disciplined because you don't actually believe deep down inside that you're capable of it. And that's something that was really happening with this client. He doesn't believe in himself. And so I can do a short cold plunge now and I can gain certainty and validation now because that's not really that hard. But doing something over the long run, trusting in myself that I'm going to be able to do the things every single day that I say I'm going to do, that's really hard. And a lot of people don't have that. So you're seeking short term pleasure because you don't actually believe in yourself. And one of the biggest reasons why so many people don't believe in themselves is because you're in an environment surrounded by people who are reinforcing this belief. Not necessarily that they're telling you that you can't do it, but you're probably surrounded by people going through very, very similar things. They don't fully believe in themselves. They're not challenging themselves to do hard things. They're not trying to build and grow. They're also seeking short term reward. They're also not fully believing that they can do really hard things. And so you're surrounding yourself with people that basically validate, let's focus on fun now. Let's focus on pleasure now. Let's focus on gratification now. This is ultimately a recipe for disaster. And this is what so many people experience. And I definitely experienced this back in the day too. I mean, I was surrounded by people whose primary objective was, how can I make enough money to keep myself afloat so that I can go and have fun and basically fuck off. Like that really was what everyone was optimizing for. They're optimizing for pleasure and looking good and fun experiences. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But when you know deep down in your gut that your life isn't fulfilling and that you want more, but you don't believe you can because you don't trust that you can do the things that you need to do. And you don't believe that it's going to be worth it because you've proven to yourself time and time again, oh shit, I'm not capable. Why would you try for more? You're not going to. And so, what I'm going to walk you all through is exactly what I told this client to do and what we've been working on and what's worked for me. So, the issue with seeking short term rewards, number one of the biggest things that you have to learn how to do is to sit with discomfort. When we're uncomfortable, most of us go look for something outside of us to give ourselves pleasure and that quick little dopamine hit and for that serotonin to go into us to make us feel good, right? Those happy feel good chemicals in our brain. So we'll scroll on our phone, we'll do something like do a journaling prompt or something so it gives us an immediate reward even though it's not helping us in the long term. We'll do things that seem like progress even though it's not, because it's not actually building you toward that future thing that you're actually looking for. We need to learn to sit with discomfort. Sitting with discomfort is going to allow you to not always need to feel good, to not always need pleasure, to not always run away when things don't feel super great. You can't be successful if you're always needing those quick fixes and those quick hits. We're basically like someone who's addicted to drugs, constantly seeking feeling good, feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. You can't develop success. You can't cultivate success in any avenue if you're always running away from uncomfortable feelings. One of the best ways to do this is mindfulness. So if you notice that uncomfortable feeling and your body's jittering and you're having all the oh shit thoughts and feelings going through your body and in your brain, wow, that was great. Sit with the feeling and do a body scan. Okay, what am I noticing myself feeling right now? Okay, I'm feeling tension in my chest. What are the thoughts going through my head? My thoughts keep telling me to go seek something. Go on my phone, go on the dating apps, go eat the cookie, go whatever. My body is trying to do everything it can right now to get me out of pain. So you do a body scan and you learn to sit with it. And you help tell yourself, I'm not in danger. I'm not in danger. This might feel uncomfortable now, but this feeling is going to pass. So step number one, learn how to sit with discomfort. Step number two, you gotta find ways to build self-belief. And one of the best ways to do this is challenging yourself in micro little ways. It might even be, ooh, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Everything in me is telling me, go grab my phone. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna sit here for 10 seconds and I'm not gonna grab my phone. And you put a timer on your phone or on your phone. Put a timer on your computer or count in your head 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. And you build self belief. You say you're going to do something and you do it. The most self disciplined people in the world did not start with these massive grand feats. They started small. Think of someone like Michael Phelps. He didn't just dive in the pool and swim a mile or whatever the hell his event was and then win gold medals. He started by getting in the pool and then learning how to swim and then challenging himself slowly, slowly, slowly over time until he was able to do the things that he did. Or someone like Simone Biles or whoever you're thinking about. Someone that you know that is incredibly successful, that didn't fake it, but that's actually successful. They didn't get there overnight. They got there by slowly showing themselves over time, I'm going to try this. Oh shit, I did it. Cool. I'm going to try this. Ooh, that didn't work. Okay, what happened there? Why didn't that one work? Okay, let me do this instead. Let me do this instead. So you build momentum slowly over time, and that's how you develop real self belief. If you believe in yourself, you won't always need these quick fixes because you know when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And so I know I'm going to get that future outcome. I'm going to get that thing that I want. All of this is kind of null and void, though, if you're not around good people. One of the best ways to start is by hiring a really good coach or a therapist. I work with, I've worked with over 500 people at this point, probably more one on one. Let me tell you, and I don't say this from an arrogant space, I say this because they told me this, they never would have been able to get the results on their own. And if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have been able to get those results. So it doesn't have to be me, but hire a coach, hire a therapist, find somebody who's going to be able to hold you accountable and to teach you these skills and to help you to make the progress and the success that you want, helping you to build self-belief, helping you to not need these quick fixes and these instant gratifications, helping you to see how capable you actually are. The ability to tolerate discomfort, real self-belief built over time, and the right people in your environment is the cheat code. I know it's not sexy. I know it's not what a lot of other people on here will probably tell you, but not for nothing, most of them are full of shit and they're trying to sell you something. The real pathway to success is not the sexy thing. It's the thing that you're like, are you freaking kidding me? That's it. It's those things because they take time. And we all know it, but it's hard executing. So if this is something that you are struggling with, if you know that you have a really hard time needing short-term results and short-term gratification, if you know that you're struggling believing in yourself, and if you know you're not surrounded by the right people, or one of the three, please reach out, send me a DM, put a comment down below. I am currently accepting one-on-one therapy clients. I've helped so many people overcome this and become really empowered, confident, capable humans. I did it for me, and I'm certain we could do it for you too.